It's March Madness, baby. Welcome back to Talk Culotta, where we talk a lot of sports. Talk Culotta presented by Boot Crew Media and Coded Collection. It's March Madness. Loyola Chicago is on my TV screen above. They are trailing by 12 at the moment to the Ohio State Buckeyes. On today's show, we have Stacy Hollowell, the head coach of the best team in the NAIA, the Loyola New Orleans Wolf Pack. And we're going to get started in 3, 2, 1. Let's go.
At Bearlaw LLC, we have the privilege of representing victims and survivors that are oftentimes involved in catastrophic incidents that affect their lives.
If anyone looking for a personal and loving relationship with law, I would choose Bear Law.
At Bear Law, our goal is to turn victims into victors.
What's up, sports fans? This is Talk Culotta, presented by Coded Collection. We welcome to the show Stacy Hollowell. How you doing, Coach?
I'm great, Jack. How are you?
Doing well, man. Doing well. Bear Law LLC, 504-372-0111. Offices in Metairie. Again, that's 504-372-0111. We're talking Loyola basketball. As I look up on my screen, it's 51-39. The Buckeyes are going to take this game, but we're looking at Loyola New Orleans right now. And, Coach, just first off, how's the atmosphere? How's the environment in Kansas City, Missouri, and what's going to take place this afternoon?
Things are great here. It's the NAIA tournament's been here since 1937, and John Wooden coached here, and a lot of amazing things have happened in this tournament, and one of the most special tournaments in all of basketball. So we're excited to be here and represent New Orleans.
Coach, y'all have practice today at 3 p.m. and practicing hasn't been the easiest of things that like normal basketball teams throughout this season. Y'all's record obviously shows that y'all have overcome adversity. Just talk about the sense of y'all being kind of nomads and the resilience of your team despite the damages to the court after Hurricane Ida.
Yeah, so we were probably a day, maybe 2 days after the hurricane. One of my players sent me an Instagram video of the roof blowing off of our gym, and that's a curveball that I really wasn't expecting. Right. I was watching some YouTubers, saw sheet metal flying through the air in the city, and I knew it was going to be different coming back, but that threw us another curveball. And so when I got into the gym and saw that the floor was buckled and there was water throughout the fifth floor there of the sports complex, I just knew it was going to be an issue. And our athletic director, Brett Simpson, kind of got things jump started for us, started working on places to practice, and we were able to use early on Xavier and Delgado, and Tulane came through for us when they came back, and we were able to use their place for a little bit. We rented a floor from the Pontchartrain Center to get us through the season, and so we kind of split our home court between Devlin Fieldhouse at Tulane and Loyola. So it's been interesting, and our guys never complained, never pouted, and we just moved forward.
Awesome. Outstanding season alone. Just because of their accomplishments up to this point, Loyola, the Wolf Pack, the Southern States Athletic Conference regular season champs, tournament champs, 34-1 record, and the Wolf Pack's 85-67 win over Faulkner in the NAIA National Championship Round of 16 brings them to the Elite Eight, or the quarterfinals, in Kansas City, Missouri, tomorrow. Coach, just talk about the game tomorrow and the preparation that goes into that game.
We're going up against the team, College of Idaho, play a lot of zone, and we will stay focused on us and do what we've done all season and rely on that to get us through or to not get us through. And, our guys are well prepared for this situation, and I think we'll be fine.
Yeah. The goal is obviously ahead, to Saturday's game. That's the primary focus, and getting to Monday's game, which will be the semifinals, and then, Tuesday's game for the NAIA final. But first things first, on Saturday, I do want to jump back to the win against Faulkner just real quickly and call to mind a connection that one Mike Giorlando made to me earlier, who I think is staying about 3 floors above you in the hotel right now.
He is here. That's right.
Yep. And that connection was the connection to Scott Sanderson, the head coach of Faulkner. And, he told me that Tim Floyd was a young Stacy Hollowell's neighbor, who invited you to UNO camps, and that Scott worked for Tim and in Tim's first 2 or 3 years at UNO. Just talk about, the bond that coaches share as they kind of travel through their journeys as coaches in different places, and the connection of, you obviously going up against Scott and Faulkner's team.
Well, for me, I was 12, when
Yeah.
Coach Floyd moved in the neighborhood, and he was, everybody wanted to be around UNO basketball when he got there. And, we had Tony Harris back then, Tank Collins, Irvin Johnson came through then, played in the NBA for a long time. And so, I really looked up to Coach Floyd from the time I was 12, 13 years old. And the impact that he's had on me as a coach is he will always be my mentor, and I remember Scott Sanderson being on the bench with him. I remember Joey Steibing being on the bench with him. I remember Joe Schick and Joey Steibing at basketball camp when I was a kid, and Coach Gio at basketball camp when I was a kid. And so, I look up to those guys on maybe a different level than they would see me. But, I'm just kind of honored to be in that tree and going up against guys that I've, looked up to as a kid.
Right. And Gio called you one of the most innovative kind of basketball minds that he's seen in his obviously long tenure in the basketball program at Loyola and the athletic department as an athletic director. And with you being his assistant coach, he said that your recruiting is obviously caliber of a student athlete that, Loyola expects from just an everyday student. Just talk about the work ethic of your players, and obviously the fact that the team maintains a 3-point GPA or higher really, stands out in today's basketball world.
Well, the Loyola brand, the Loyola family includes, Georgetown, Gonzaga, Marquette, some of the best college basketball schools in the country.
Right.
But the Jesuit brand of academics is strong and has a national brand, an international brand, and that helps us recruit, really intelligent guys. And we've been able to get a high character kid, a kid that would buy into our program. And what's really special about this group is there's not one guy here that's a problem, an issue of any kind. These guys are bought in. They're all here for the group. They know we've left some things on the table in past years, and they're focused. So academics is a big part of what we do at Loyola. Nice of Coach Gio to say that about me. I'm probably a lot less innovative and more of a baskall thief.
Come on, Coach, give yourself more credit, man.
Well, look, the truth is there's not much here that hasn't been done, and I've been able to watch a lot of basketball, particularly international basketball, with the things I was able to do in the past. And that kind of shaped maybe, I don't want to say really my philosophy, but kind of shaped me as a coach. Mm-hmm. And I feel like I've just been able to maybe stack an arsenal maybe of plays and sets that fit what we do best, and I don't know how innovative that is.
Yeah, Coach. I did want to. You alluded to the teams obviously in the NCAA tournament, and obviously, I'm wondering if after y'all's 3 p.m. practice today, if y'all are going to be able to watch any games, or if it's to the film room or whatnot after today's 3 p.m. practice as you prep for tomorrow's game. But just a quick trivia. You mentioned Gonzaga and Marquette. There are 9 Catholic schools in the NCAA D1 tournament. I'm wondering if you can name the 6 Jesuit schools. And if not, don't worry, because I have the list right in front of me.
Okay. Well, I'm a fire shot. I don't know that I will do very well.
I believe in you.
Gonzaga won.
Yep.
I'm guessing Marquette's in there.
They just lost, but yes.
Oh, St. Louis?
Nope. Creighton.
Okay.
That's 3. What about the team that upset Kentucky last night?
St. Peter's.
St. Peter's, yep.
Like that.
It's 4.
I didn't realize they were Jesuit.
Yeah, I know. And then the University of San Francisco took a tough loss to Murray State last night. And Murray State's going to play St. Peter's, which would be pretty cool, But if San Francisco had won, it would have been a 10 seed and a 15 seed of both Jesuit schools playing each other.
Who was the other one?
And then the last one is Loyola Chicago.
Oh, when we talked about that one before. Right. And we talked about San Francisco last night. You just put me on the spot there,
Right. No. But yeah, 6 Jesuit schools. There's only 28, colleges and universities in the United States. 6 of them are in the NCAA tournament. And one of them is the number 1 seed in the NAIA tournament, Loyola New Orleans. And obviously, as I mentioned, are playing Saturday to advance to the Final Four. Coach, you also mentioned, along with Tim Floyd and Joey Steibing, and in your work overseas, you also worked with John Brady's LSU camps. Just talk about kind of his connection, relationship with you and his connection to you.
Well, I met Coach Brady through Coach Gio, and worked his camp when I was, 23, maybe 24. I don't know. And he had it rolling there with really nice squad. Kermit Davis was there. Butch Pierre was there, so just with him being in the city and being around Coach Gio and Scott Alexander a little bit, I've gotten to become good friends with Coach and, kind of lean on him for advice from time to time and just have a ton of respect for him and what he was able to accomplish in his career.
Coach, hold that thought for 1 second for me. All right.
Okay. Uh-oh.
Hello.
May I ask who's on the other line?
Say what now?
May I ask who this is?
This is John Brady calling.
Coach, I'm live with Coach Stacy Hollowell, obviously talking a lot of basketball here on Talk Culotta. And he just mentioned a little bit about you and obviously you being a mentor to him. And I know you're quite busy as LSU plays at 6:30 p.m. tonight, but wanted to give you a chance. Stacy's here, he's listening, and just wanted to give you a chance to say a few words to him. Or hey, you can take over my job if you want to, Coach. You can ask him interview questions.
No, I just, he ought to be National Coach of the Year, and the job he's done at Loyola, building that program to where it is at this particular time. It's been great for the city of New Orleans, great for that university, and I hope they understand and appreciate the job that he's done and the recognition Loyola is getting, not only locally but also nationally as well, with the kind of basketball team they're putting on the floor. And he's just done a remarkable job. He's a good guy, an outstanding coach, and I'm excited about the opportunity they have to play or even play for or win a national championship.
Absolutely. And I know you're busy with LSU basketball, but what a quick word about the Tigers in tonight's game.
Well, I think it's a game we can win. Iowa State is not a great team. They struggle to score. The biggest question is in the first 6 or 8 minutes, where are we mentally and where are we emotionally with what has gone on in the past week? And if they can put that aside and concentrate on just playing the game, I think LSU has a chance to win the game. So we'll see. Well, I'll know in the first 6 or 8 minutes where we are from an emotional, mental standpoint. And then as the game moves along, if we're good, I think the Tigers have an opportunity to win.
Coach Brady, I want to give Stacy a chance to obviously, respond to what you said about him earlier, but just kind of from my end, my last thought is obviously with your big run to the Final Four, beating Duke in the Elite Eight to advance to the Final Four. He's in the same position right now here in the NAIA tournament in the quarterfinals. What advice might you have just from a coaching standpoint, if you were to give any to this most innovative mind in basketball?
Well, Stacy knows what he's doing, but my approach to it was, we didn't treat any other game differently than any other when we played throughout the league. The preparation was the same, the schedule was the same. We didn't try to change because it was playing for a national championship or on a run through the NCAA or anything like that. I think there's confidence and security in creating a system and them and keeping it the same rate regardless, of the level of game. And I don't think you change things for change's sake. And he's got it going. And what they've done to this point is, I'm sure that's what they're continuing to do. The players know they know what type of game it is. They know what they're playing for. You don't have to tell them that. And I think the best thing you can do to relieve anxiety from your team, and you can't perform when you have anxiety flowing through your body. So my biggest thing was let's do the same thing we've been doing. Let's approach it the same way. We know what it means. So I think anything you can do to just keep them on that particular track is a positive thing for them from the way they approach the game from an emotional and a mental standpoint.
Coach, how do you relieve anxiety from yourself, Coach?
What now?
How do you relieve anxiety yourself?
Well,
how'd you do that?
Story. I don't know if I have the answer for that. What I usually do, I'd have to take me about a 30-minute nap, when I was in those situations. Some guys handle it differently. But and I think you just keep working, the busier you keep yourself, or if you can relax, that's another approach. I used to always kind of relax and try to take a nap. A lot of guys try to stay busy and keep doing things, but that is an important question. That's a good question. How do you relieve anxiety within yourself? I never could accomplish that, to be honest with you.
I'll wear it all, Coach. I'll wear it all.
Yeah, Coach Brady, I know at least when you're off the clock, there's nothing better than sipping on a little screwdriver at College Inn, huh?
One of my favorite spots, one of my favorite things to do. In fact, I was there, sat with Mr. Johnny Blanchard 2 or 3 nights ago. We sat up in there and had a cup of toddies and visited about whatever we do. I didn't know there was a life without anxiety, and there's one out there, Stacy. It may take you a while to get there, but no pressure, no anxiety. That's where I am, man. It's not a bad place to be. And you'll get there one day, and you'll win a national championship. I hope so. Something that it would be unbelievable for Loyola to accomplish. And I wish you all the best.
Thanks, Coach. I appreciate all the kind words and all your guidance and mentorship, and looking forward to seeing you soon.
We're going me, you, G. Orlando. We may get Jerry Hernandez. We all go to dinner when we get back home.
I like it. Let's do it.
All right, my man.
Coach John Brady, thanks a bunch, Coach. I appreciate it. Awesome.
That was great.
Yeah, man. Wanted to surprise you with that.
Thank you.
We'll close out with just a little bit about your players and, you know, the fans of Loyola basketball, maybe just the fans of New Orleans basketball, whether it's Tulane, UNO, Loyola, LSU. You know, a chance for the guys to know a little bit about this team. Can you just talk about, you know, your leadership and maybe one word about your starting five and your seniors particularly?
Yeah, I mean, I think that's important.
Yeah.
We'll start with two guys that came in together, Zach Reitzel and Miles Burns. Those guys are pretty much like brothers.
Yeah.
They have roomed together for all 4 years and push each other on the court. They are high-level pro athletes, wherever that may be is to be determined, but great guys, professional mentalities, phenomenally gifted and athletic, and so excited for what the future holds for those guys.
Mm-hmm.
Andrew Fava is a senior three-point shooter for us. He came in from University of Florida, played for Mike White there, and he brings great leadership. He's in a master's program and kind of the team dad a little bit. The guys, you know, really lean on him and listen to him.
Nice.
Terry Smith Jr. is a 5th-year senior for us, and
from Chicago, Illinois.
Chicago, Illinois, and TJ helped. He helped us recruit these guys a little bit, and his freshman year is the only year, I guess, in the last 6 that we weren't in the national tournament, and he knew what it was going to take, you know, to help get some guys in here, and he did a great job with that. And he's taken I don't want to say a back seat, but he's maybe sacrificed some of his personal glory for the greater good of our team, and so indebted to him for his kind of leadership there. And then Brandon Davis is starting for us. Brandon is he was district player of the year at East St. John on a team that won 3 games, and I think that says a lot about a guy that can be a player of the year on a 3-win team.
Right.
But then went to LSU Eunice, didn't play much, transferred to Delgado, and just had a really solid season there. Great numbers, shot the 3 well, didn't turn it over. And he came in and played with our guys. And, you know, I knew we had something special in Brandon, and he's fit seamlessly with our group and just steadies us and gets us into sets. And it's been special. We've got some guys off the bench as well. Zach Muller had 9 points last night. He's a guy that can go get you 10 to 15, can run the team. Cam Dumas, Milan Mejia, just, you know, a really nice group of guys.
And they seem to be bought in, as Loyola basketball will face the College of Idaho tomorrow, March 19th, Saturday at 11 a.m. in Kansas City, Missouri. Coach Stacy Hollowell joins the show. And Coach, I'm going to have to bid you farewell because I know you got better things on your mind and more important things, you know, to prepare for with the big game tomorrow. But I really appreciate your time hopping on, and I hope that, you know, we can catch up again soon, maybe with Coach Brady at College Inn or something like that.
That'd be awesome. Love your show, and you're doing a great job. Keep it going.
I appreciate it, man. Talk soon.
All right. Thanks, Jack.
All right, folks, this is Talk Culotta, where we talk a lot of sports. March Madness is here, and it's not just in the NCAA D1 tournament. The NAIA tournament in Kansas City, Missouri is going on right now. Big game tomorrow for the Wolf Pack. Stay tuned. You can get all the coverage, everything you need online, NAIA.com. We will keep you updated, but this is a big deal for New Orleans, big deal for Loyola University, New Orleans. And I hope you all keep in touch with that game just as much as your big NCAA brackets. This is Talk Culotta, where we talk a lot of sports. I'm Jack. That was Coach Stacy Hollowell and LSU former head coach John Brady. We're going to pick Coach Brady's game, pick Coach Brady's mind again soon on what his future holds. Maybe the next LSU basketball head coach. Who knows? We'll see. This is Talk Culotta. I'm Jack, and I am signing out.